Hi everyone, Trina, and this will be 6.7, I believe, Origins of Soul, and we were getting ready to get into the different bodies and the different soul bodies that we have. And this is the diagram that I showed you. So with that, the first body is the diamond body, or what they call the soul body. So the diamond or soul body, this body is so named because of its flaming brilliance and radiant facets. These facets are the incarnational aspects of wisdom that we acquire during our long journey through the dimensional realms. The diamond body is linked to the flame of white fire of our higher self. This diamond layer is the first covering that we take on as we begin our journey into the lower worlds. Thus, it is directly linked to the higher self and the crown chakra, being closest to the soul itself. The diamond body is masculine in nature, just as the soul is feminine. It has the power of direct knowing and the ability to receive genius ideas directly from the mind of God. Inspiration, masculine principle. I've always seen that direct inspiration was masculine. Wow, that's kind of confirming that. So, the next body is the Buddha body, or the rainbow body. The Buddha body is also called the rainbow body. It is the bliss body, the body that is activated in deep meditation. It is a luminous rainbow-colored body that is feminine in nature, and it is linked to the brow chakra, helping us to connect with our higher self. Through the Buddha body, we can open up our spiritual gifts of clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognitive abilities, as well as lucid dreaming. This body is linked to the development of our intuition, creative thinking in the feminine part of the brain. Since our culture is primarily left brain, linear, and male dominant, this means that we must begin to develop these inner spiritual gifts. When we awaken and harmonize the feminine side of our nature. The next body is the causal or memory body. The causal body is multifaceted in its force field that contains the memory of the I am presence. The energetic sheath that is essentially the soul's journal, for it records all that has ever happened to the soul from the fifth dimension downward. This is what I see as the part of you that you're going to have to deal with when you have the life review and judgment. This is part of that body because it's the recording part of it. This is profound. So this is the causal or memory body. So this causal body is connected to each person's book of life. The body also contains the blueprints of current life mission. It is blue, highly structured, and it is connected to the throat chakra and our self-expression. Wow. This part of who we are remains constant between various lifetimes, absorbing the wisdom that we bring back to it after each lifetime. The causal body is the seed body of our individualization until such time as we can more fully inhabit our higher selves. The next body is the astral or relationship body. The astral body is located at the heart chakra, and it is directly linked to all of our relationships, as well as our ability to open up our heart to love. It is feminine in nature, multicolored and pastel, and changes from moment to moment, depending upon how open we are. It is linked to the thymus gland, the lungs, the heart, and prana, or life force itself. This subtle energy body is also linked to our ability to breathe deeply, either letting love in or keeping it out. When we have issues with our lungs, our heart may have to do with it in ways in which we have held onto our sorrow, grief, or resentment. This affects not only our health, but our relationships. Our heart center has long been called the Hermetic Center, for it is at the center of the 7 chakras, and it is vital to our spiritual path. The next body is the mental or the will body. This mental body is masculine and golden, and it is linked to the 3rd chakra, located in the solar plexus. This body sorts, organizes, and weighs information to manifest in our reality. However, this can only happen with the right use of will. In other words, since our belief strongly affect how we think, feel, and act, if our minds do not create a foundation of a healthy belief system, then our life may reflect these poor choices. The true intent of the mental body is to keep our Christed self connected to the mind of God, and for us to learn how to use our creative faculties of thought to co-create with the divine. The mental body contains the functions of the rational mind and the subconscious mind, which may or may not be in agreement. This is the thing I see that gets everybody stuck. These 2 minds aren't agreeing, the subconscious and the conscious mind. This is huge. So by clearing out the blocks in the subconscious mind and creating life-affirming beliefs in the conscious mind, these 2 aspects of the mental body can begin to work together to help us manifest a happy, successful life. And this is what I see when you get into the subconscious mind. It shows you what trauma is stuck inside of you. And when you can learn how to process that and unlock it and see it from a higher place, and that leads to forgiveness. And through that forgiveness, it creates new neural pathways in the mind for it to be seen through, which shifts the perspective and which changes the thoughts and changes the resonance that you now have with that memory or that trauma, and it turns into one of a loving frequency. It heals it. And through that, it shifts your body. It shifts your reality. And it's truly one of the most beautiful ways I've ever seen to heal is by working with the subconscious part of our mind, which is mother. That's the mother part of us. So once a person makes the choice to align his or her personal will with the higher self, the mental body becomes linked to the brow chakra. My will to thy will is a very powerful affirmation for creating this kind of alignment. My will is to align with the will of creation. That is beautiful. My will is to thy will. That is beautiful. That means utter cooperation. You're not giving your power away. You're saying, I choose to create in a cooperative way. And you're saying, I choose to join the collective of love and ultimate divine wisdom, which always will know how to direct manifestation much better than you could ever do with your human faculties. So, my will to thy will is a powerful affirmation for creating this kind of alignment. This means that you're aligning your conscious will with the I am presence, getting the little self out of the way so that the higher self can come through. When properly employed, the mental body is a powerful tool to support our manifestation of a positive reality. So when properly employed, the mental body is a powerful tool to support our manifestation of a positive reality. And this is true when the subconscious and the conscious mind agree. It activates a field within the heart. And when all three agree, you manifest in the reality. I've seen this happen so many times, and it is beautiful when it does. So the next body is the emotional or self-worth body. This subtle energy body is feminine, fluid, multicolored, changing from moment to moment with our moods. It is connected to the second chakra and deals with our sense of individuality, creativity, and prosperity. It also deals with sexuality and self-worth. In the physical world, the emotional body is strongly connected to a person's boundaries and self-esteem. When abuse happens in childhood, this can directly affect your sense of self-worth. Depending on the level of abuse, physical, verbal, or sexual, the damage done to this energy body can create a lifetime of repair work to heal. Not if it's done right. You can heal it in 1 hour. This is one of the many reasons why child abuse is such an enormous transgression against society and against the individual. I think this is why they do it. Because it literally does put deep-seated trauma into the energetic fields. And that is, it holds you back. It holds you back in your life. And that might have been done on purpose. For whatever we experience in childhood, it shapes us at a fundamental level of the personality, because our personality is formed from our personal reality. The things that we have experienced within our reality is what is creating ultimately the personality, until you can start to undo these programs that you adopted when you were little. And that's by working with the inner child and the subconscious mind. This is typically how you see it get done, and it gets done permanently, and it's